things in life that you can stop, and there's certain things in life that can't be stopped. Let's go.
Yo, welcome to the 10th edition, anniversary edition of the Delinquent Show. And I have, guess who's here?
Joining us. I know it's early, 10 to 9, and you're already live on TV speaking to us.
Who's guessing?
JP. What's happening, lad?
Good
to have you in the house. And guess who else is here? Blakey Peaky Blinders is in the house.
He's got to sort that music out, hasn't he? You can't hear it.
It's a beauty, lads. Obviously, we missed last week because we had a lot of things going on. We had Blakey just cuddling Colin, the cheater, who put up a picture to do with the voting. Gets a dog involved. Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. Cheat.
It was the timing of it, though, saying, you know, these lonely heart people out there at the minute. So to play on the heartstrings during Valentine's week, yeah, that's colder than ice.
It's a disgrace. Cold. Absolute disgrace. And then we had poor old JP, you know, doing some naughty stuff at his house and got something stuck. And they had to get, you know, into the hospital to get it out. He's all good now. Look at him, little big fat faces here. He's all good now. You all good there, lad?
I'm on the mend. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome, lad. Always. I
can honestly say the president was well washed during bed baths in hospital.
Beautiful.
Absolutely
beautiful. I never put that picture up, Saint.
Yeah, really.
I'd like rebuttal on that.
Really?
I never put it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, just before we start then, Saint, Blakey, when did you get Colin?
Sunday.
Right, that'll do. Go on, Saint, carry on.
And obviously, if you get him on Sunday, the next show Colin has to be on to please all these other people. That's his one and only appearance on our show. That's
You're only jealous he's got more fans than you already.
Was there any need for that? Very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. We can't see him, thank God. Oh, God.
Where'd you get that phone from, Lebanon?
Yeah.
Smashed, shot and everything.
Bloody hell, lad.
It's been chucked quite a lot, mate.
Yeah, we can see. Hey, let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it. Well, the first thing we got to do, National League. Oldham, 2 on the bounce. Back in the playoff promotions. Well done, Oldham. Tony, you should be proud. I bet it's freezing going watching them. But they're back in the playoff dances with 2 back-to-back win. Keep it going, boys. Keep it going.
2 in a week.
2 in a week. Even though we've not been on for a week, the Red Machine is still at the top of the table, 2 points clear. The Spurs faltered against the Wolves. The good old backline of Posto and United are still crap.
Yeah, 2 breakaway goals, Wolves, weren't it? Really?
Well, it is going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah,
the way we play that high line.
Play too high, yeah. Well, we don't play too high, but we play high, don't we? So,
and you'll probably win as much as Harry Kane's going to win this season.
Yeah, he's what's known in the trade as a bloody jinx.
Exactly. Not only Harry Kane, then he decides to bring Dyer with him. Oh my God! Neither of them won a trophy. Nice one.
Well, he must be excited because the talk about Bayern getting rid of Tuchel at the minute. You see who they're on about bringing in? Ollie's at the wheel.
Yeah, Jose Mourinho. Kane would love that, wouldn't he? Jose at the wheel.
Oh yeah.
My goodness. And obviously this weekend coming, it's the Carabao Cup final. Liverpool will put one of those trophies on the mantelpiece.
Yeah,
we'll lend you one at Spurs because that's the only thing that you got in your cabinet if we lend you one. But I'm not going to say anything about that. So it could be our first trophy of the season. Get in there, Klopser. Get in there. Now we've got to move to some serious stuff. Serious stuff. I'm going to take it over, hand you over to my second in command, the Muppet himself, And look at him. He's actually wearing green like Kermit the Frog. Perfect. Go, Kermit.
Promotion. Blakey, sit back and watch.
It's all right, mate. I can take it. I just win all the competitions.
Yeah, we're not going to go there because I think you're out of order. You're cheating somehow and you don't even let us know. Over to you, JP.
Right.
Serious stuff, this.
This is serious. First of all, it's been brought to our attention that someone out there thinks the Hall of Fame is a bit of a shit show and it should be only for people that went to Paralympics. Sorry to disappoint you. If you think that, set your own Hall of Fame up. This one's not for that. So if you don't like it, go elsewhere. In our motto, you will not be missed. That's regarding the person claiming the Hall of Fame should only be for Paralympians.
Yeah, but I've never. Sorry, John. Let me just interrupt you there. I don't know if you agree as well, Blakey. When have you had a Hall of Fame that's just for athletes? It just doesn't happen. When did you have a Hall of Fame that's just for Paralympians?
No,
it doesn't happen. That person, all he's doing is he just me, myself, and I just thinking about themselves. What about all the other people who run the sport? Without them, we can't do it. We can't do it without the referees. We can't do it without the volunteers. We can't do it without the table officials, the bus drivers. Right. I go on and go on and go on and go on. The people at your sports centre that help you. I go on and go on. The volunteers. What's he talking about?
Thing is, you can be an international and not have played the Paralympics for one, but also you look at the N.W.B.A., the American one. That's open to everyone. They have all sorts in there. It's not just players.
Yeah, but if you look at the NBA, they're exactly the same. It's not just players. It's commissioners. It's coaches. It's everything. This is what our Hall of Fame is like. And for that person, if you don't like it, tough, because this is how we're doing it.
I've got a funny feeling that the person in question doesn't like it because fact of the matter is he's never going to be in it. So you may as well put a stick in the spokes, aren't you? Because you're never going to get inducted.
And it's not us that decide who's going to get in it. We have to research and do so much stuff.
Yeah, I know, but that person's never been nominated.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So he's never going to get in it. He's never had a nomination. Never.
Of course. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then the other part of it, this is the big one. I've been back in time. I've had to go deep, deep, deep into the archive. I've gone back into the 60s. Now, we've had a lot of issues regarding Arthur Davis's claims. Arthur Davis has took so much time of our Hall of Fame that we're asking for your help, the public. What it is, Arthur believes he should be in. And we've had numerous emails, messages off him or whatever. First is, his claim was that he invented the spin shot. But then when we found out it was around long before he was even playing. Then
just before you don't go there, if you don't believe us, if you go on to Dave Carley's podcast, what's it called? White Print?
The Wheel Print.
Wheel Print, sorry, I do apologize. And it will show you on there, Phil Craven, our Sir Phil Craven, will talk about when he first saw it, and he saw it from Denver Brannon, who done it from his toes and span it up. And Phil's response was, well, there's no chance of me doing it from there. That's the first place that was, and that was at Stoke Mandeville.
Well, actually, it was around long before that, because according to the research I've done, one of our Hall of Famers, George Ginger Swindlehurst, was renowned for telling people off to try it. He told them it was a stupid, silly shot. Don't even attempt it. So we're going back to the days of when the big wheel was at the front of the wheelchair and the little wheel was at the back. That's how far back we've gone finding out this stuff. But Arthur claimed he invented it. And then Arthur claimed, once we said he didn't, that, well, he was the first one to use it in our country. We can't find any proof of that. Different people have said Ray Cross was a master of it. but Arthur has his own version. Then he said he scored a spin shot 3-pointer back in the 70s, but there was no 3-point line in them days. But then he came back and said it was a 3-point range shot, spin shot. Well, I'm sorry. For the criteria that we have set for Hall of Fame inductees, just because you can make a shot doesn't make you a Hall of Famer. So then Arthur's claim also was he helped a lot of people get into GB, me being one of them. I won't lie. He did help me. I used to play him one-on-one every Thursday, sometimes every Tuesday and Thursday. And he'd give me a lift to training at Southport for months and months and months, because I simply wasn't old enough to drive. Unfortunately, that's not a claim. Would you want to be in the Hall of Fame because you help people get into GB? It's not in our criteria. So we can't do that. So then other things he sent in was he scored the winning shot, which was a hook shot in Munich, the first time an English team won the Euro Cup before it was actually named Euro Cup. Well, we can't find any documentation of that. The only thing we've got is people that were in that team, and no one vouches that that's happened. So we have 4 people who played in the 70s that we contact over Hall of Famers and the history and that. None of them can vouch for that story. He scored the game-winning shot at the Stoke Mandeville games for USA. Once again, it's just a winning shot. How many people have hit winning shots? We can't just put you in for that. He said he filled the stadium of Stoke Mandeville for people coming to want and see the spin shot that he'd done, that he could do. Basically, I know this is horrific, but we're talking about a shooting technique, which is a two-handed shooting technique. In the current game, no one would be told to do it because it's blockable. People would do the left-hand finger roll instead of trying to spin a two-handed shot. You don't teach someone to shoot two-handed, so we can't do it for the shot. That's pure and simple. He also said that the stadium, when it was full, people were cheering Notts and Derby on, and then all of a sudden started shouting Arthur GB, because he'd been dropped for Graham Bull. I'm sorry, that's another one. We just can't find proof of it. No one records it. Like I said, we speak to 4 different people that played during the 70s, and I imagine 2 or 3 of them are in that tournament, and they have no recollection of that whatsoever. So if anyone out there has any can remember anything what I've said, anything at all over one of these issues, get in touch so we can let Arthur know, yeah, we've heard that's true or whatever. Arthur also sent a list of 38 players. I think the list is something to do with the Hall of Fame. Well, out of the 38 players Arthur sent, 8 of them are already in the Hall of Fame. 4 of them are in the list to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. 5 are going onto our new Wall of Fame, and 2 will never be inducted into our Hall of Fame. He was actually missing 6 players from that era that would make the Wall of Fame. So that's it with Arthur. If you've got any remembrance, or he invented the spin shot, he's filled a stadium just for people to come and see him demonstrate it, or you remember him hitting the winner against USA, get in touch, just so we can put this to bed. It's gone on for months and we are sick of it.
And the thing is, he hasn't even been nominated. Nobody's nominated him.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the first criteria. You've got to get some nominations, and nobody has mentioned him, nominated him, nothing. I've never seen such stuff that we've had to deal with about somebody asking to be in there.
So far on our spreadsheet now for the Hall of Fame inductees of who we've done and who we've got. So we've got 5 new ones going in March. you know, we're in the mid-40s in the space of less than a year. And there's over 70 plus names in that list. And that's people we've got to find and research on that have had nominations. He simply hasn't had a nomination.
And
So
the other,
two people that are moaning about it, then neither of them have had nominations.
no,
Yeah. Exactly.
no.
What can you do? And we know for a fact that one of them's actually, well, had a pop at some of the teammates who he's played with that have been nominated, which is not very good.
But like you've all got everybody. I'm sure they all understand. Here's the committee. We're here. The committee. We get nominations coming in, and as soon as the nominations reach a certain point, we have to look at them, research them, and then they go in. There's so many that we've got to do, but it takes so much time because. And how do you do it? How do you keep it a secret? That's the biggest thing. How do you keep it secret? We've had to keep it secret, so it takes some time. There's lots of people that we probably should go in and probably are going to go in, but we just go on the nominations. If you want to nominate for him, nominate away.
But people have got to understand, we're not just picking names out of a hat here and putting them in a Hall of Fame because the name's in the hat. We're researching.
Yeah.
We're contacting so many people to find out so that the write-up is correct on anyone. Now, so far, we've nearly been going 12 months. We've never had a complaint about the Hall of Fame. We've never had an email sent in saying that the info's incorrect. Never. We've been bang on with everything we've done so far.
And the thing
you
is,
can't please anyone. You can't please
you can't
everyone.
please everyone, but
No, you're never going to please everyone, and that's it. It is what it is.
But we're recognized around the world now.
Yeah.
In different countries, we're recognized around the world for what we're doing. It's never been done before. We've created something from a WhatsApp chat to a Hall of Fame, a podcast, all in our own time, all in our own money, no sponsors. We put videos up.
We've saved a lot of games that would have gone, just disappeared completely.
Yeah,
now
we put
they're
a video channel up.
Yeah, now they're on there. People are going to be able to see them games forever. Otherwise, they would have been lost.
But not only that, Blake, they're going to see the games. Their grandkids can see them playing.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing. You know. Oh yeah, I played basketball, and your grandkids or your kids say, "Oh, when I don't remember that." Bang, go on here and have a look. There you go. And the young kids of today can see some of the great players that started the generation, started what we're at now, started where the Paralympics was now. You know, we've got a Verkurt game, which is a club game, played in this little small stadiums. I won't even say stadiums, sports halls, to get to the Paralympics where we're at now, playing in front of 15,000, 20,000 people. People, you know, it's difficult, you know, and you can't please everyone.
But it's out there. If you think someone should be nominated or someone should be in the Hall of Fame, go into our Facebook page and all the info's there pinned to the top of the page on how to nominate someone. If you think someone deserves a nomination, send us the info and we'll research it.
And the thing is, we've even given them an invite to come on the show, but no, they don't want to come on the show.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, we did after Arthur an invite.
Like we said, if you're emailing us now and it's about difficult situations, you'll get a reply. Come on the show. Let's talk about it. Don't be afraid of us. We're just trying to create history and give some fun. Anyway, you know what?
Draw a line under it. Draw a line under it now. That's it. It's done. It's been said. You can't nominate yourself.
Like Gavin and Stacey said, Romeo done. Romeo
done. Out. Finito. Done. Let's move on. Next on the agenda, Jonathan. What you got next on the agenda? Stu's challenge.
Well, obviously we've been missing a week, and we set Mrs. Dots Stu a challenge, if you remember.
I do.
The challenge we set Sue regarding the association's Facebook page and these posts that are getting boosted. Well, I'm pleased to tell you, she's completed it,
Oh,
and
good.
it's horrific.
You got some numbers there, buddy?
But before we go into the numbers, let me tell you this: TV women have just been to Japan.
Congratulations, and won the tournament.
They
Well
won
done.
the tournament, yeah. Beat Thailand, beat Australia, and beat Japan.
All right.
And there was a bit of a cock up with who was it? Saint Joy Hazelden.
Yeah, I saw it. Did you see her? Did you not see her YouTube thing that she
No.
had to travel nearly halfway around the world for 40 hours? Wow, that's not good for any athlete, especially a low pointer.
Wow.
Yeah. Missed the flight in LA, was it, Saint?
Yeah, I think it was LA to Japan to Osaka. Then she had to fly to Tokyo. She had an 8-hour stopover.
Why weren't they flying direct to Japan?
Well, no, she's from America. She plays at the University of Alabama.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now,
So,
for me,
is there still no direct flights from America to Japan?
now because you have to go to a major hub. Alabama's not a major hub.
Yeah.
So remember when we used to have to fly to Birmingham, Alabama, we had to go via Atlanta and then catch a flight.
Yeah, that's it.
Now,
Yeah.
look at this. This is a friendly tournament. You know all you need to know about Joy, and she got MVP. So brilliant, Joy. Way to go.
Yeah.
Getting that MVP. But athletes' welfare. You know, is it worth 3 games, a 40-hour trip there? Doesn't make no sense at all. Just, you know, she's doing great things. They're in to their college season, which is really like they're at the end game, as I would say, where championships are going to be won. Surely you should have took somebody else. There's got to be somebody else that could have gone on that trip.
Yeah. Unless she wanted to go, I guess. I mean,
I know, but we're all talking about athletes' welfare and their mental health and all of that. 40 hours traveling.
oh, yeah, it's horrendous.
Solo.
Yeah.
Solo.
I mean, that is, yeah, it's not good.
Come on, get your act together, guys. You know what I mean? You know, welfare, it's Paralympic year.
I'm not being funny. I thought they were skint, the association. How much has Joy's ticket alone cost to get her to Japan?
Who knows? Who knows?
But going back to Sue's challenge,
Yeah.
we set her 3 months. Well, she actually did 12 months. She went from February 2023 to February 2024. Now, these boosted posts that we've identified on the association's Facebook page with these random people from all over the world saying God bless and, you know, getting all these likes and everything. Well, we've noticed when we've posted on our Facebook, it offers you to boost a post to get more likes and get it spread out there more. And the cost of a boost costs between £10 and £42. Depends out what you're posting or whatever, I suppose. So in the 12-month period Sue investigated, there was 301 boosted posts. So that's 301 times they've paid. There was 93 genuine posts, and she's given them 48 benefit of the doubt posts, which was like, you know, the numbers could have been boosted or maybe it was legit.
Yeah.
But 301 boosted posts. So that's 301 times 10 to 42 quid.
So even at the base rate, that's £3,000.
Exactly. Now, one thing they did notice as well, none of the Women's Premier League live streams were boosted. And most of the Premier League women's posts only got between 4 and 19 likes. So that's out there. Don't forget, we're pulling this to the attention because all we get told is that the skin. Yeah. Can't have a men's full-time senior coach, but you can pay $3,000 to boost posts on Facebook.
And they're fining teams if they don't live stream or they're struggling to live stream their games. Spend that money, that boost money, on equipment for them.
Going back to what Cindy was on about before, the Dave Carley, the DK3, the Wheel Print podcast interviewing Phil Craven.
Mm.
Phil Craven speaks in that about arguing with the IPC during 1993-ish. Because back then, it was, I think his words were, the people in the hierarchy were not there. They weren't there for the sport. They were there for the dollar. And it looks like we've gone back to that era. We've got to get more people who love this sport back in control. Because these people that are coming in, they're just going in for the dollar, the wage.
And one of the things he said, it's got to be athlete driven. That's why he set up, I think it's the IWBF, because it was athlete driven.
Yeah.
And then obviously, as you can see now, it's no longer athlete driven. It's, you know, if you look at a lot of the associations around the world, they've kind of thought, oh, look at this. It's a big pot of money we can use to have these chief executives who actually don't really understand the game of wheelchair basketball.
Well, let's say in 10 years from now, 80% of the people in office at the association are removed, and it goes back to people that have played the sport. What happens if we get rid of all these able-bodied people who come in to try and influence our game? Well, the reason they come in our game is because they can't influence the running game. So we're just classed as an easy option. What happens if we get rid of all them and people from the past take over these coaching roles? I think the sport would grow and improve.
Yes, so that comes down to our vote for this week. Our vote for this week is: was it better when it was GBWBA, when it was athlete driven, or it was athlete driven, wasn't it then? Or is it better now where it's corporate driven? That's your vote for this weekend, Blakey.
What? So GBWBA, VBWB?
Yeah, Blakey, make sure you get Colin on the GBWBA one. We know this is for you, lad.
Colin, we need you.
Colin, we need you. Colin, we need you. No, seriously.
Also, when people vote, it'd be nice if they can comment and give reasons why they think that. That'll be an era thing, unfortunately, because some guys are going to vote and they never knew. I mean, we spanned that era, didn't we, between both, really?
So is it
but it's not just about
wheelchair basketball or corporate wheelchair basketball?
Well, it's not just about that, is it? Think about GBWBA. We had the rebound sent out. You had the handbook sent out. I know we've gone paperless now and it's gone to the internet and whatnot, but we had that relationship. You know what I mean? And now, I mean, if you've been on the association's current, they've changed it recently. If you've been on their website, it's like it must be sponsored by Fort Knox. It's so hard.
It's not hard. Yes. You can't navigate it particularly easy, can you?
It's a shit show, to say the least.
And it doesn't, like, I remember, like, it doesn't, like, I tried to find a club and you can't do that. And what's going on in the week, it can't do that. It's just a crap show. So remember, this week, vote Colin or corporate BWB. If you vote for Colin, you get to see Colin in the next show. No, but seriously, as it was before, athlete run or corporate run. Yeah, that's our vote for this weekend. Hey, we got a question from...
Actually, when we put that vote up, we're going to leave it for 2 weeks. Let's see what the numbers get on that.
Okay, good job. So we got a question from Tony, and his question is, can you explain to us all how the repechage works in relation to the upcoming Paralympics? How does it differ from previous qualification process? And in the delinquents' mind, is it a positive or negative move? In addition to this, when we looked at the BWB Facebook page, and it was a ridiculous post count, it was interesting to see that BWB Twitter page does not get spam or post boost like Facebook does. So let's go with the first thing. And the first question, it was, can we explain the repechage? Well, who wants to have a go at that?
Well,
I'll let Blakey go.
Well, oh dear. Well, it's because they've diluted the teams at the major. That's why they bought this repechage in. But is that a money maker for IWBF or for IPC? I don't know, but I don't agree with it. I think they should have left it alone.
Yeah,
and left it at 12 teams because there was nothing wrong. It wasn't broken. So why are they trying to fix it? And also, you're having then, as an athlete, you've got to peak twice in that year. It's not easy to do that. So you've got to peak for Paris or Japan if you're women, and then you've got to peak again later on in the year.
So basically, what the repechage has done is how they've worked it. I don't agree with how they've worked it. So it's worked as Europe. I've had 2 spots.
Yeah.
So if you're in the top 2 in Europe, you go straight to the Paralympics. America only had 1 spot, so you had to win it to go into straight to Paris. The teams below that, so I think Europe it was 3 and 4, plus France, because France weren't in that top 3 and 4 because France are hosting the men's. I think the Americas it was 2 and 3. And then I think the Asian one, it was 3 and 4 because Japan had not qualified automatically. So basically now
Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Africa didn't get a straight
Africa, which
place,
I
did they?
totally disagree with. Africa did not get a direct spot into the Paralympics, which is a joke. It's a disgrace. It's the Paralympics. That's what the name says, Paralympics.
Yeah.
Let's get it from all corners of the world to play the sport. Now,
because the Gold Cup or the World Championships, Africa would get a place there, wouldn't they? From there, and their Africa zone, they go there, don't they?
Yeah, but the only difference is for the Paralympics, because IPC and IWBF, they've probably been arguing amongst each other for the punishment for not doing the classification when IPC wanted them to do it is we're going to reduce your teams in the Paralympics. So then, obviously, it looks like IWF had to come up with a formula. I think they got the formula right up to the fact the South African should have had a direct berth into the Paralympics because now you got the repechage. What, we got 4 European teams in there?
Yeah.
The men's?
Yeah.
2 Americans.
And why the host nation doesn't get a direct spot to the Paralympics?
There's another one.
That's ridiculous.
The host nation doesn't get a direct spot.
I think that has to be the biggest cock up of all of it. The host nation don't get a straight route because it's the host nation that's going to attract the fans, whether they're good or bad. They're going to want to see their own nation.
I wonder if the host nation at the Olympics
have got a spot direct
spot. Because what are they like on the world stage? The French AB team, I've no idea.
Very good. They're decent. They're decent. They're up there.
Decent.
So they would have qualified anyway, or
they possibly would have qualified over. But that's the point. Is Maggie, how can you have the Paralympics without the host? You know, we went to Athens, and obviously Greece were terrible, but they brought fans in because it was the whole nations. Can you imagine the French? And it's not just for the fans. It's for the players. Come on. The game's for the players.
Yeah.
How many times?
Look at the background. Look at the background of our podcast here. 15,000 people in a stadium.
Yeah.
I know, but you think of as the players, we were lucky to experience it.
It does look
here.
Sorry.
We were lucky to experience our home games, and it was amazing. Would we, even if we're young, you know, we had some young players on the team at that time. 2012.
I was a spectator.
Yeah, as spectators, you know, they were just going to the Paralympics to see it. Will they ever get to play in the home games? No.
No.
But
I think maybe I'm sure there's some, I can't remember who it was. I saw a program about it, and they're talking about making it much more. They want it to be competitive. They don't want blowouts in any sport.
It doesn't make any difference.
They're tapering it all down. So a lot of sports are losing events as well.
To tapering it down to what? taping it down to what? To elitists. So then why not? Don't have an Olympics. The Olympics is for everybody. It doesn't
That means
matter
the
if you have a
cream's just going to
blowout.
stay at the top. The cream will stay at the top.
Yeah. I mean, they have a qualifying standard that you've got to, even when I was swimming, you had to be a certain standard to qualify. But I think there were rules for host nations that you could have.
Yeah, but
Think
about
The thing I see about it is if this is being put into place, or this formula of the repechage has been put forward just to get wheelchair basketball at the Paralympics because of the quiff between IWBF and IBC over the classification thing, which we all know went on for a bit. If that's the case, right now the IPC ruining our sport. Because
guys,
it's creating a system where only the cream stays at the top.
Yeah, so think about it. Years ago, 84, all of that. I'll go back. We weren't very good at the Paralympics. You know what I mean? We were coming 10th, 12th, 11th.
Yeah, I mean, that JJ said it, didn't he, in the interviews? Yep. Breakthrough for us was the 90s.
Exactly. But we'd still got a chance. How do you know? Someone like Thailand, the girls, look at how they're performing. How do you know a South African team or a Moroccan team? The same state could go for Iraq. Iraq were nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if we're not going to give them a chance to look at what's best, so then they go out there and say, wow, that's what we want to aspire to. Iraq could win Iran. They could win the Paralympics.
Yep.
It's a possibility. But look what they've had to go through to get there.
But it's funny that Tony brings this up because don't forget, we got an email in 2 or 3 weeks ago off Jerry Houston in Australia asking us to talk about the same thing. So it's a global factor people are questioning.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. It's not just only the best teams competing. You're competing against the best 12 teams in the world.
Yeah.
From around the world, from around the globe. Yes. The first stages of the games, all the games, you're going to get blowouts. But when you get to the knockout stages, it evens itself out. Like, who's not to say you play USA and it's a blowout? It happens to the best teams. It happens to the best teams. But right now, this Paralympics is just about elitism. The best teams. I don't
just think it's the Paralympics. I think it's a vision in this country as well.
Really do. You could end up with the Paralympics with 6 European teams. 6 European teams out of 8.
6 out of 8 could be European teams. Yeah. I know, yeah.
It's the European Championships +2.
Yeah, +2.
But the Africa thing's ridiculous. I mean, that's down to I.W.B.F. as well, I think, because they should have been fighting, saying, well, no, that's a legitimate zone. Africa zone has to have at least one qualifying.
Exactly. But look at
is Africa not a zone anymore then?
Well,
yeah, it's still a zone. Yeah.
They had I watched the African zone.
They had the qualification. Morocco came through.
Yeah, Morocco. I don't think South Africa did they?
No, because they only had one spot at the repechage.
Yeah. They only had the one spot up for grabs, which was for the repechage.
That should be. They should have got automatic qualification and then another spot at the repechage. If they had to take one off of Europe, take one off of Europe.
Or even
that's what I'm saying. Are we questioning IWBF here, or are we questioning someone at IPC that's got us bent over a barrel?
Well, we're questioning both of them, aren't we? We're questioning IPC of their explanation why they've gone from 12 men's teams to 8 men's teams. But then after we've questioned them, we're now questioning the IWBF on why Africa didn't qualify straight through, why they've gone to the repechage.
Yeah.
And the repechage is going to be very difficult. And the funny thing about the repechage, which makes no sense, where they could have given Africa a spot, 4 teams go through from there. So why didn't you just give Africa a automatic spot?
Yeah.
And then just say 3 teams come through.
I think in the old days when it was 12, they only had one African team there anyway. So we played South Africa, didn't we? I
But
think.
when you say the old days, I've researched, and back at the beginning, like the 60s Paralympics, there was 18 teams at one Paralympics. There was 17 the following Paralympics.
And for me, it's negative because we're trying to grow our sport
Thing is,
around the world.
there was less sports then as well, Johnny.
Yeah, but we're trying to grow our sport around the world, and yet we're shutting out teams from our sport.
Well, let me put it this way to you. So the picture in the background is us against USA, Sydney 2000, with 15,700 people in a stadium and 5,000 outside watching it on the big screen in the park. You remember?
Yeah.
If the swimming was in a 15,700 seater stadium, would it sell out? Would the track sell out? Because that's more than 15,000. It doesn't. It was only our sport.
Yeah, I think London was different, weren't it?
I know, but Blakey,
Everyone got behind London.
I know, but London was a phenomenon because every stadium was packed. Right? If you take London out of there, take London out. Okay. The next Paralympics, where was it? In Rio. Was it stadiums packed then?
No. And look at Tokyo, it was empty.
That's an idiot.
You dummy. And then if you look before that,
well, I nearly went, well, that's because it's COVID.
and if you look before that, in Beijing, were the stadiums full? No, they were a renter crowd. We know that because we were there. If you come to the only, and I would say the only two Paralympics that have been spectacular, you know, was probably, you know, the first one that really put us on the map was probably the Barcelona, but for the paying public, it's Sydney, it's London, and now we're going to Paris.
Sydney was big, weren't it? I mean, just pushing through. Do you remember trying to push through the Olympic Park?
Yeah, Sydney was big. London was huge.
Yeah.
Is Paris going to be the same? And then you take out, especially for basketball, you take out the home nations. There's no home nation, so there's no France men, no France women. We hope the magician and his team get to Paris because they deserve it. I hope the girls get to Paris as well because they deserve that, because it's something in a lifetime. It's a dream to play at home Olympics. And for these, I don't even know what to explain to call them to not come to that decision that the host should qualify. And the worst thing is that makes it even more jokeable. There's space for them to do that.
Yeah.
There's space for them to do that.
Yep.
It's not like there isn't space. There's space for both home teams to qualify. In the program, there will be.
But even
they've proven that 12 men's and 8 women's works. Why change it? I know we've covered that. But
yeah, but even so,
no home team for me means no public interest.
Yeah,
yes, I agree with you, Blake. Totally.
They could even have done it. They could have said, right, we take one. You think about it, how it could go. We're taking one spot each for the home nations. We're giving Africa a spot. There's still 2 qualifying spots for the repechage, but they've done it, and it looks like they've done it because they want another competition. Now, the cost is crazy. The girls are going to Japan, which is madness. And even coming to Paris is madness because you've got Australia and those sort of teams having to come to Paris. They've had to find that money in their budgets that they didn't know they had to have.
But that's what I don't understand. When we was told that our association's skin regarding the national teams, well, we have to be one of the most funded associations globally. So if the other teams are having to go to repechage and they're finding the funds, what the hell is happening to our funding?
I don't know.
What's it gone?
That's the question. That is a question, $1 million question.
Someone pressing a button to like. They're getting paid.
Yeah, that's $1 million question. $1 million question.
Well, regarding funding, I have had some info. Unfortunately, I haven't got the green light to share it with you yet. But hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, I can share an absolute bombshell that'll shake the core of the funding. Never mind all of the funding. It'll shake it to the core. But I need the green light. I haven't got the green light yet. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, we'll look forward. We'll look forward to that information in a few weeks' time.
Thanks for that, Johnny. I won't sleep tonight now.
You won't sleep
Work
tonight.
it out.
So
What that'll do now, it'll get them looking over the shoulders, thinking, "What's he found?" Good.
So let's move on. Let's move on.
I got me back.
What else we got? We've got Formula One is with us in 2 weeks' time. Are we going to have a possession in the Formula One stakes? Is Red Bull going to just stroll away with it? Is Mercedes coming back? Is the Ferrari going to be in the dance?
Is
Well,
Russell
it's gonna be a shit show.
going to get the lead over Hamilton? Now Hamilton's leaving.
Very
So much.
interesting.
I'm looking forward to the Formula One. I won't lie, but at the same time, you've got to remember what came back this week. For the first time ever, every game this season is televised. Proper man's sport, rugby league. Boss.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. It's only a northern sport. And
I like a bit of Super League. I'm with you, Johnny. I'm loving it. That's another thing you got in common with my old girl as well. She loves rugby league.
Mm.
Yeah,
she
maybe.
Talk about it, Blake, because it keeps him shut. Keep talking about it, Blakey, because it keeps him quiet in the top corner.
She,
You see, the thing is,
maybe he actually is your brother.
those pie eaters are in the World Club Challenge this weekend against the Penrith Panthers.
Oh, she'll be cheering Penrith. She loves rugby league. She hates Wigan.
What? I'm not telling her the next time there's a crime program on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Going back to the Formula One, definitely something. If you're interested in Formula One, I watched the other day. Romesh and Rob do Formula One.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Oh my goodness! Have you not seen it, John?
no.
Blakey, did you see the bit when he had to park because Romesh is trying to make him learn to drive? He had to park this Mercedes in between a Ferrari and what was it, a Bentley?
No, it was it a Mercedes. It was £155,000 car and a £220,000 car.
And they were in a classic Mercedes. And what did he do? What did Rob do? He reversed straight into the Ferrari. Wallop.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, wallop.
I did get a message the other day off my mate saying to me, why I was ill. If you're looking for something to watch, and laughter's a good thing for healing, go on ITVX and watch G-Wed.
Yeah, that was me. That was me. G-Wed.
It's not G-Wed. It's Go-Ed.
Say how it should be.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead, lad. Go ahead.
Lad here said to me, watch G-Wed on ITVX. I had to ring my mum and dad and tell them. Couldn't believe it.
What else have we been watching? Because obviously we've got a TV room.
What's the movie of the week we've all watched?
Oh, The Beekeeper.
Oh, what a film.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant film. And we've all watched Kin.
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 Kim.
Kin.
K-I-N.
K-I-N, yeah.
K-I-N. K-I-N. Kin. Oh, legendary. Who told you to watch it? Who told you to watch it?
Johnny told me.
Thank
Who
you,
told
Blake.
him? Yeah.
What? Found it
Colin
on
told me. Colin
I'll tell you who
told me.
told us ages ago who told us about it. Matthew Byrne.
I think I
Really?
told him.
Well, that's not what he said.
Yeah,
You
so some good things to watch. Some good things to watch.
I'm very dark again today, aren't I? How are you so lit up?
Because I'm near the window.
And I've got a light.
And you're under the stairs, aren't you, Blakey?
No, I'm
And
in front of the window's in front of me, but I've only cracked the blinds a little bit.
Looks like you're in a drug den, lad.
So,
And I won't put the lights on.
Regarding-
Cost of living. Whew.
Regarding the Hall of Fame, we've got 5 going in March. 2 are done. 3 need doing. And also, over the next 3 weeks, we should be interviewing 2 legends that are in the Hall of Fame already. So
And
watch
don't
out
forget,
for them.
Johnny, you're breaking news in a few weeks' time. You're breaking news. I'm looking forward to that breaking news.
What breaking news is that, Saint?
The one that the secret that
Yeah,
you got.
the one you just spoke about 2 minutes ago.
Have you got
Oh,
Alzheimer's? Have you got Alzheimer's?
Well, I'll
No,
give you an insight now, actually. Basically, what it is.
Where's he going?
So that's it, yeah.
turn the light on a bit.
I know, Blakey, but like we don't really want to see your ass. Thanks very much.
Some people say it's my best side.
It's definitely your best side. So, guys, what a 10th anniversary, 10 shows in how many? What is it? 10 weeks? 10 maybe?
No,
We've done more
'cause
than
we've
10 shows.
in between, haven't we?
We've done more than 10 shows.
Yeah,
just
because we've
done
done
10
interviews.
We've done interviews, but 10th anniversary. Like I always keep saying to you all, if you like our show, come and subscribe. If you got anything whatsoever that you want to talk about, drop us a line. If you want to come on the show, and you know who you are, who we want in, we're waiting for you, Dylan. Come on, son.
Whoa.
What?
Think tank. Boy Akasha, come to me. What do you reckon it is? What's scaring folk of coming on with us? What is it?
I think it's the gunman on the right, Peaky Blinders. He scares the shit out of me. Because he looks
I don't
like
know. If somebody out there knows what the fear is of coming on this show, whether it's you don't like hearing your own voice, we can amend that. If you don't like,
it can't be the fear, because we've had some celebrities. We've had the #1 man, DK. He's been on the show. Stevie Kane's been on. JJ's been on the show.
Yeah,
Come on, guys.
Just come on. It's only going to be a bit of banter. It's not. We're not going to assassinate you.
Yep. And we got a bit of a plug today on Talk Sport. I don't know if you heard it. They thanked us because they've realised after our work we've been doing that the best way to get out to the public is either you put your streams through Facebook or YouTube. So they're copying us now, Talk Sport. You're welcome. Jim White, Si, Andy Townsend, all you boys, Gabby, thanks for following.
You legends. Thanks for following. Yeah, I don't know what it is, why people don't want to come on. They like to talk behind closed doors, but they just don't want to come on the show. Come on.
But then they don't realise that we got sources. So if you want to badmouth it,
Ketchup?
come on the
Brown
show.
sauce.
Badmouth.
Did you say we got sauces?
Yeah.
Ketchup. I got ketchup, brown sauce. What you got? What sauce you got, John?
I don't know, but I do know this. The complaints department hasn't sent anything through to me lately. So that means Blakey's had nothing to do.
Absolutely nothing. Well, he hasn't, has he? He's had to go around and give Colin some hugs. Bloody Colin. Liberty taker, Blakey. We've not even got onto that, you know. How did they get a picture of Colin and put it on your bit? Tell us.
Well, I've posted pictures of Colin on Facebook.
Don't start.
So saying the way it goes is this. Week 1,
Yeah.
he cheat the system with DK3
Yep.
and the backdoor, messages and shit. Now he's been called out on that. He goes and buys Colin. What's next? What is next? He's going to end up like a hacker, I swear. He is just corrupt.
There is no way, with my technical skills, that I could mock that picture up that appeared.
No.
And it didn't appear on my Facebook. It didn't appear on mine.
Of course, because it's too obvious then. But you give us all of this about this technical. You give us about this technical business that you're not technical minded.
Yeah.
And up comes Colin on your picture, and all of a sudden your votes go boom.
Yeah. Just tell the folks, Saint, at home, we're filming today on a new setup. Blakey was the last to arrive, but once he arrived, it took him 20 seconds. You know, the fella that's not tech savvy, the fella that wears tech goggles live on camera and tries to hide them under his Peaky Blinders cap. Yeah, I ain't falling for it. Sorry.
No, no.
I had two good teachers, but there's no way I could mock that picture up, because the picture of Colin wasn't. I weren't wearing that jumper in the picture that it's been lifted from.
Ah, really? So you know it was lifted. You know it was lifted.
It must
I
have
thought
been.
he wasn't technically minded.
It was mocked up.
I thought you wasn't technically minded. You just told me you weren't technically minded, so you know you've lifted the photo. Oh, honestly.
I know it's been superimposed. I understand that. I don't understand that to do it, but I know what superimposing is.
I'm just digging this hole. Help him get out of it, Saint. Dig the hole, lad.
I'm trying to get him out. I'm trying to get him out.
What was the result anyway? It was a landslide, weren't it?
Blakey saw two men working in the street. One said, "Watch out for the hole."
Yeah,
Landslide victory, weren't it?
yeah.
Listen, the challenge goes till December. Right now, you're winning, which is better than Tottenham.
Well, we're in
What? Who are you now, Slim Shady?
March.
Your corruption knows no bounds.
I'll be 13-0 by December.
Exactly. See that, John? See that? He's already planning his corruption
He even
already.
knows what he'll be.
Of course I will. Going up against you two Muppets, it's not hard, is it?
Oh, look, there he has a little swig of the old lemon juice. See that, John? That's the signal to his fans. That's the signal to his fans.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm going to start paying more attention to him because there'll be a give, you know, like in poker, a tell. There'll be a tell we'll catch on him.
definitely. Anyway,
It's nice to have
cool.
fans.
Yeah, it's nice to have fans. All I'm going to say is we're going to be seeing Colin in the next Delinquent show, as long as he's not got run over, shot, or anything like that.
Fuck
He'll
me.
be here.
A bit harsh.
I know, Saint Christ, you put the jimpers on me there.
Of course we don't. We want to see Colin on the next Delinquent show. Can't wait to see him. We've had a great 10th anniversary show. If you've got any complaints, Peaky Blinders has got nothing to do for the next week. So he'll take on your complaints. Thank you for coming. It's been a great show. Well,
Continues, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't